This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Hello, you're listening to Animal Party on Pet Life Radio, and the sun is shining here in the rainforest. Yeah, in the Pacific Northwest in winter. We're gonna get a whole week of sun except for one day of rain, so we're celebrating. There's frost, and it's a little colder than normal here, but we can't really complain because back east, oh my goodness, they are having such terrible weather and cold weather, and I want to warn you all, remind you all that even though your dog might have a big furry coat, he can't survive without shelter, and he can't survive without water, and water freezes. And also, all our animals, dogs and cats, especially if your cats are allowed out, they are exposed to the salt, and even worse than the salt, the chemicals that are used to rapidly melt roads. So all that, it's also hurting the salmon, but that's another topic when it runs into all the streams and the rivers and it hurts the fish. And in this time of year when the fish are little fry baby fish, it's not good to have a high salt content in the fresh water. But that's another topic. It's hard on your dogs and cats' feet, especially your dogs. Take your dog out for a walk, you think you're doing the right thing, and all of a sudden you come home, he's licking, and then raw and sore. And so what are you going to do? Well, just rinse them off. Rinse those paws off, and then dry them off. That's it. That's all you got to do. They make some really great products, though, because once in a while I've had a dog here with a cut to the pad, and it's usually a dog who doesn't get exercised enough, and then all of a sudden they took it on a hike or a route or something, and maybe it was in winter with the salt, or maybe it was in summer with the heat, or maybe they were on a trip and they didn't quite, the dog hasn't had any time to condition its feet to this new environment, right? So slice, there's now a big cut. And no matter what they do, it keeps opening and opening because the paw spreads when you walk on it, right? So it's a really tough area to heal. But they have this great little product now that's like a patch. It's almost like real skin, and they put it over and then it just heals underneath, and eventually the patch of fake skin falls off and the dog is healed. It's such a cool thing. Some of the new inventions are very cool. I'm going to give a shout out to one of them right now. Heat sensing drones. Okay, now before you groan and think, oh my God, why is she talking about that? Because that's what they're using to find those pets, some of the pets, cats and dogs, that were lost in the California fires. Now that's a good use for technology, wouldn't you think? Yeah, not bad. Okay, so I want to talk today about all kinds of topics. Cats, of course. Dogs, yes, definitely. And I'm going to give a special mention to a heroic animal who was only 2.7 pounds. I wonder if you can guess what that animal is. It's a 2.7 pound animal who's won a Heroes Award from the United Kingdom for bravery and saving many, 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 many lives. 2.7 pounds. What do you think that is? Okay, well, maybe I'll tell you later in the show, or maybe I'll just drive you crazy. All right, one thing I want to say, and I did this a few shows ago. I sang a little bit of the Eurythmics line, Would I Lie to You? And you might be wondering why I keep singing these little lines. It's because I really want the music. I would love to play a little clip of, would I lie to you? Would I lie to you, honey? Every time I do one of these segments. But it's not legal. So you're going to have to put up with me singing the little ditty each time. All right, so would I lie to you? Would they lie to us? I think they're lying to us. Yes. Now, I thought it was going to be a once-in-a-while segment, but it's like every week I come up with one of these news stories where clearly somebody is lying to us. So this one, the FDA has given out an urgent warning to veterinarians and dog owners that the arthritis drug Librela is dangerous. It can cause seizures, loss of muscle control, and possible death. They're studying 3,600 cases, and they're warning people about this, and the veterinarians. Okay, so makers of Librela, Zoetis, says it's safe. Who are you going to believe? Well, if my dog was on Librela, I'd be thinking twice right now. I'd be calling my vet and saying, how do I get my dog off Librela? What can we do instead? And some of the things you can do instead are so low-tech and simple. Warming blankets, the kind that reflect the dog's heat back at it, so you don't have to worry about plugs or anything like that. You can find them on Amazon. Super intelligent technology. Oh, I guess I've got a new segment, Anyway, so yeah, warming blankets, heating pads, massage, all the nutrients and supplements that you would take yourself for arthritis. There's many of them designed for dogs. Recovery is one of them that I've had remarkable results with. It's you can buy it in a health food store. It's got a picture of a golden retriever on it usually. And dogs find it tasty. So you can give it to them like a treat. Even though it's sort of like a vitamin, you give them a couple a day depending on their size. Maybe one if it's a medium-sized dog, maybe a couple if it's large, maybe half of one if it's small. Go by the label, the ingredients, and the directions, because I don't know what dosage you're buying and how big your pet is. But these things have a remarkable effect. There's a reason people take glucosamine and the different health supplements for things like arthritis. So you can do without Major Farm if you want, or just switch because it doesn't sound like this one's safe. Okay, we're going to go to break and we're going to come back. And I hope you're still wondering about that 2.7 pound hero. Oh yeah. Stay tuned on Animal Party Pet Life Radio.
Take a bite out of your competition. Advertise your business with an ad in Pet Life Radio podcasts and radio shows. There is no other pet-related media that is as large and reaches more pet parents and pet lovers than Pet Life Radio. With over 7 million monthly listeners, Pet Life Radio podcasts are available on all major podcast platforms. And our live radio stream goes out to over 250 million subscribers on iHeartRadio, Odyssey, TuneIn, and other streaming apps. For more information on how you can advertise on the #1 pet podcast and radio network, visit PetLifeRadio.com/advertise today.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Hello, we're back on Animal Party Pet Life Radio. And I kind of want to tell you about the hero. I will. Okay, so the hero's name is Magawa, which kind of sounds like Ungawa, what Tarzan used to say to the monkey. And I recently looked up Ungawa, actually, to find out what it meant, because a friend of mine uses it all the time for everything, commanding the dogs mostly to get out of the way or get off the couch or leave him alone when he's doing up his boots. And he always says Ungawa, and now they've just kind of learned to move away. But I looked it up, and it turns out Tarzan used it for almost everything. Like, come, hello, peace. It was used just whenever he was speaking to that monkey. The monkey, by the way, Cheetah, the monkey, did not like Tarzan. and often had to be tied up and had to be restrained so that it did not attack Tarzan. So there's all these different stories about the monkey and how difficult it was to work with. And on another show, I will talk about why you don't want a pet monkey. But they're cute as babies, terrible pets as soon as they reach the age of maturity. They do not want to be your pet. They want to be with other monkeys. Okay, so we're going to go back to Magawa, the 2.7 pound hero. Magawa, an African giant pouch rat. Now, before you turn away and think, oh, come on, Deborah, what kind of a hero could this rat be? Well, this little quite cute for a rat animal, Magawa, has been trained to find landmines. And so far, Magawa has detected and allowed them to disable and disarm without exploding 39 live landmines. So that's pretty amazing. So that deserves, some of you can't even get your cat to use the litter box or your dog to come when called. And these people have trained this rat to find landmines. Wow. And he does it with the scent. It's the scent of the explosives that make them. And when you think about the landmines, I mean, there's a war. People put them in there. Terrible people. They leave. Now there's peace. What happens to the landmines? Well, they stay. And all the wildlife and all the animals and all the birds and cats and dogs and people have to deal with the fallout. And so this is an incredible skill for this little guy. All right. So I did get a request. I did get a request from a cat owner who said that she's happy that I'm back talking and giving jokes every week. She's happy about that. But why no cat jokes? Why are they always dog jokes? All right, cat people, I'm going to call you out on this in the next segment because I want the cat people who listen to my Animal Party show to put their paws up. I want you to put your paws up and put your paws in and start giving me some feedback because I love this. So today you're going to get a cat joke. Okay, why don't cats play poker in the jungle? I need a drum roll. Brrr, or a purr. Brrr. Why don't cats play poker in the jungle? Because there's too many cheetahs. All right, everybody, we're going to go to break and come back and talk about cat training. And calling you cat owners, I'm calling you out. Fans of Animal Party Pet Life Radio, stay tuned.
Begging to hear more of your favorite show? Full episodes of all our shows are available on demand. Go to PetLifeRadio.com to fetch our entire lineup of Possum Pet podcasts. Also, dig us up in iHeartRadio and iTunes. Let's talk pets. Live and on demand only from Pet Life Radio.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Hello, we're back on Animal Party Pet Life Radio. And I love to get your feedback at deb@petliferadio.com for sure. And I always will comment and read your questions out. And this one in particular, she said, please don't say my name. So I didn't. See, I don't. But if you want to come on the show and talk with me live, you can let me know when you're available and we'll call you up. And we pre-record the show so you won't feel like you're on the spot. We'll pre-record your segment anyway and then feed it in. And we'll make sure to cover your exact cat problem, your exact dog problem. You can tweak it as we talk. You know, if you've tried something I suggest, you can tell me that and we can go from there. So we can actually, right then and there, you can call me up with a stubborn problem. My dog's been pulling me around the neighborhood for 7 years. My cat hates my husband, whatever it is. And we'll fix it, like literally right then and there. Live. Do it. Fix it. Done. All right. So you can also send me text or voice recorded audio clips. And we'll play those, anything you like, any way to communicate to me, and I will take it, and I will run with it and put it on the show. So I'm going to talk about YouTube right now. Now, I have a channel, Deb Wolf Pet Expert on YouTube, and I post a lot of things. There's all the basics of dog training, come, sit, stay, heel, manners, extensive dog training, really polished, good clips of how to train your dog using naughty real dogs who get things wrong and, you know, dog who drags you around the neighborhood, dog who jumps all over you. These are my so-called actors, okay? Real dogs with real problems, and then you see them right before your eyes get it right, and you can just copy what I'm doing, and it's explained so easily. But I also post cat videos, and this is where I want to call you out here. Because, okay, cat people, listen to this, right? One of my videos, boy versus girl. What's the difference between a boy dog and a girl dog? That's the video. Now, cat people are rolling their eyes. What's the difference? Well, we know the difference. Yeah, exactly. Very, very basic dog video. And I demonstrate with two different, a boy dog and a girl dog of the same breed. They're standard poodles. And I describe and demonstrate the difference in behavior and size and different things. Okay, it's cute. They're adorable. 158,000 people have watched that video. Okay? But the cat videos, cat shake paw, how to teach your cat, any cat, every cat, how to shake paw. Can you guess how many views? One. Yeah, one. Okay, now I know from the numbers that there's 10 times as many cat owners out there as there are dog owners. And I know from my show listening numbers, there's more of you cat owners listening to my show than dog owners. Yeah, and then there's the people who own cats and dogs. So why have you all given up on your cats? Why do you think your cat can't learn to shake paw? I mean, come on, boy versus girl? No, you're letting down the side here. You really are. And, yeah, I think it's time that the cat lovers of this show start logging into YouTube, Deb Wolf Pet Expert, and subscribing. Because I need a few more subscribers to make this all work. And right now, we are heavily loaded with dog subscribers. And that means I'm going to make content for them. Because they're the 158,000. They're the 2,000, 22,000. These are my dog numbers. 78,000. What are my cat numbers? 75, 90. Come on, people. I've got reactive kitten gets brushed. Okay, how many of you have a cat who doesn't like being brushed certain spots on his body? I bet you lots. So tune in to Deb Wolf Pet Expert on YouTube and please subscribe. The more cat people who subscribe and comment and the more likes I see on the cat videos, the more plays I see on the cat videos, the more I'm going to make them. Now, there's other stuff there too. There's the bear that walked across my neighbor's lawn. Enormous bear. Made the dogs go nuts. There's eagles nesting and prancing poodles. But mostly, it's dog training and cat training. So you cat owners, if you want to be represented and if you want me to do videos of all kinds of tricks. I mean, I can teach a cat to go where I point with a pointer. I can teach a cat to come, to sit, to shake paw, to jump through a hoop, to lie down, all these things on command, to turn around. Well, high five. I mean, I can teach them to meow on command. So if you want to see all that, start looking at my cat videos. Give them likes, give them plays, and please, please subscribe because that's what I need most right now. Okay, so what sport do all cats play? Hairball. All cats play hairball. And that brings us to the tip of the day. Okay, so the tip of the day is if you have a cat who's constantly making that noise, and you know that noise. In fact, if you're wondering about noises, I often show that on my YouTube channel too. Like if you've ever wondered, is this weird noise my dog makes? If it's reverse sneezing, I've posted a video of it. So with cats, when they're making this weird noise and you can see they're just straining and straining and straining and then nothing comes out. Or they're straining and straining and then all of a sudden they cough and a big mound of dried up hair comes out. That's a hairball, as you all know. And it can be very uncomfortable for them and it can be messy for you. So one tip of the day that I have is just take a little bit of butter on your finger, not very much, maybe half a teaspoon. Quarter of a teaspoon, not much at all, and let your cat lick it off your finger. I would say though, first, call your cat. Mittens, come, good girl. Then let her lick it off your finger because this is going to be a big reward. They love butter. And the lactic acid in the butter helps break down the hairballs. So as long as it's just a little bit, from time to time, every day, just a little bit, not too much all at once, just a little bit, it can help. Okay, everybody, from Deb Wolf and Animal Party and Pet Life Radio. Thanks for listening and be good to your animals. Ciao now.
Let's Talk Pets every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.